Today at Newsbreak, we'll tell you about a new CNA course being offered at the Spirit Lake ILCC campus. We'll also feature a student video about the Alice drill. All this and more on this Tuesday, December 17, 2019. Good morning, SLHS. I'm Millie Waterhouse.
And I'm Catherine Gulick.
Let's take a look at your news for the day. A CNA course is coming to the Spirit Lake ILCC campus. This 3-credit college class in leisure will begin on January 13th and run through March 9th. Classes will be on Mondays and Wednesdays from 4 to 9:30 p.m. Let Mrs. Nelson know ASAP if you are interested.
Seniors planning on attending ILCC in the fall are reminded about the February 1st scholarship deadline.
A rep from Southwest Minnesota State University in Marshall will visit SLHS tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the Commons.
If you're needing to make changes to your second semester schedule, please see Mrs. Nelson this week.
Now here's a look at your breakfast and lunch menus.
Students are encouraged to take some time over the holiday break to begin applying for scholarships.
Students in grades 9 through 12 are encouraged to apply to Dave Ramsey's December debt-free degree giveaway for a chance to win $2,500 towards college expenses. Check your email from Mrs. Nelson for a link to the form.
Respite Connections is hiring for evening and weekend shifts for a supported community living provider. This position provides the care required to a child or adult with a disability while their parent or guardian is absent. Contact Lynn at 712-730-0041 or email at lynn@respiteconnection.com if you're interested in this opportunity.
Now let's take a look at an informational video about the Alice drill.
The noise is intended to represent a shooter or somebody who's causing mayhem in the building. So when I opened my door, I literally opened my door right into Mr. Dow walking by.
Oh my God!
Our plan was to go through that Newsbreak room, and every other day, we had practiced it before. We literally had practiced that. And today, for the first time, and I ever remember, they had locked the door. Why did they lock the door?
So this was the first official Alice drill where we're actually running the drill. First one we talked about it, this is obviously one where some of you might have known that we had it today within the first 3 periods because we said that. Some of you might have forgot. And that's okay that you forgot because then I think we're acting on instincts even in the drill.
Keep your hands in the air. You heard the 10-second blow, and if you were in a classroom, keep your hands in the air. Okay, all hands down. Hands in the air if you did not hear that first 10-second blow. And keep your hands in the air if you were in a classroom. Okay, that's good to know.
We heard the air horn go off, which was to simulate the sound of a gun, and we all got up and ran to the back side of the room like we were supposed to. Schmidt opened the door. I mean, if this was a real situation, Schmidt probably would have died, but he got the door shut, so none of us did.
Mr. O'Rourke came on the speaker saying that there was an intruder in the building, and then right as he said that, the intruder walked right past the window, and RC was yelling like shooter, shooter, and we all sprinted into our license room.
Hi, my name is Greg Crane. I'm the owner of Response Options, a company specializing in violent intruder defense strategies. I'm one of the originators of the ALICE program. ALICE is an acronym that stands for Alert, Lockdown, Inform, Counter, and Evacuate. The program was deemed necessary after the Columbine tragedy when we began looking at how our civilian organizations were being trained and prepared to deal with the active killer.
On April 20th, 1999, 2 students culminated months of planning by donning black trench coats and attacking their school. Armed with guns and an arsenal of homemade bombs, they terrorized teachers and peers.
The killers fatally shot 12 students and a teacher in less than 20 minutes. Then they turned the guns on themselves.
So there was like Eric on my right, and then Dylan was up on my left. And I looked up at Dylan and I said, "Hey Dylan," and he said, "Hey man." And I said, "What are you doing?" And it still like chills me how he was just like, killing people.
There have been 261 mass shootings so far this year, and a lot of them have come from school shootings. Studies show that around 95% of schools in the United States perform active shooter drills. The big question is, how should these drills be executed to ensure the safety of the students and the staff?
I didn't get to get out and see kind of how people responded, just because Mr. O'Rourke and I wanted to wait until somebody came by and alerted us.
Oh, okay.
Alice, we did not get informed of an active shooter, so I didn't leave the office until it was pretty much over.
With the Alice, which is different than the lockdown that used to kind of be the protocol in place, you respond based on where the threat is. And so in each drill, you could be in the same room, but you would respond differently, depending on where the intruder is at.
I think people just process it now. It's one of those things you never want to have to do, but you think about things, where would I go? What would I do? Where's my way out? And so if you've done it once before, there is a greater likelihood that you will act appropriately.
Now let's take a look at the weather.